Major rail upgrades around Greater Manchester have been delayed by a combined total of more than 14 years, the MEN can reveal. Network Rail's £1 billion North of England and multi-billion-pound Great North Rail projects were heralded as the biggest investment in Manchester's railways since the Victorian era, including electrification of existing routes as well as new tracks and bridges. They are aimed at creating more seats, speed and reliability on our creaking infrastructure. Some key projects, including the £85 million Ordsall Chord, have now been finished. But 7 major projects are delayed, some indefinitely. The MEN has examined the delays for both completed and ongoing schemes, which have been plagued by setbacks ranging from 5 months to 4 years. In total, the delays amount to more than 14 years. It comes as Transport for the North, a body of civic and business leaders, launches a £69 billion Transport Bible, which outlines what is needed on road and rail to boost the economy. Pending public consultation, it includes an M60 relief road, a road tunnel through the Pennines, cheaper tickets and underground platforms at Manchester Piccadilly. The strategy has been met with scepticism in some corners as it will rely on the green light from government. Sadly, a look at how Greater Manchester's rail projects have fared since the start of the works is unlikely to bolster confidence. Sir Peter Hendy, Network Rail chairman, was brought on board in 2015 after the body lost control of projects, with costs spiralling and unrealistic deadlines. It was revealed in November 2015 that Network Rail will have to sell off £1.8 billion of shops and depots to fund major projects. At the time, it was also reported that the company would have to increase borrowing from the taxpayer to £700 million to build the bulk of its promised projects. Sir Peter admitted poor cost estimating and inadequate planning. But delays have continued over the last 2 years, with some projects now suspended pending sign-off from the Department for Transport. A spokeswoman for Network Rail said, nationally 99% of the 15,000 projects we carry out each year are delivered on time. In some cases we encounter unforeseen challenges, but we always strive to overcome them in ways that minimize impacts on customers, as we are doing on our Manchester Preston upgrade. The DfT said Network Rail was responsible for implementing the projects and declined to comment further. Ongoing projects: Manchester Piccadilly Station was, December 2018. Now, we don't know. Delay, TBC, at least 1 year. The stations through platforms 13 and 14 were to be modernised and 2 new platforms 15 and 16 built over Fairfield Street to alleviate congestion. It was aimed at allowing for 14 trains through the Steyne each hour as opposed to 10. It would also ensure that the Ordsall Chord could fulfill its potential. Network Rail says works were carried out to replace old track and improve reliability on platforms 13 and 14 over Christmas. But platforms 15 and 16 are on hold as the Transport and Work Act order is still with the DfT and Network Rail is awaiting a decision from them. Network Rail initially said the Ordsall Chord delay had a knock-on effect on the works programme. But now there is talk of achieving the same result through digital improvements. Without the official green light, there is no new date for this project, and it may not happen at all. Oxford Road Station was, December 2018. Now, we don't know. Delay, TBC, at least 1 year. Like Victoria, Oxford Road is a Grade 2 listed building. Small in scale, but a favourite among architects, it opened in 1960, and at the time was seen as a revolutionary building thanks to its cutting-edge timber structure. It poses a challenge because the options for expansion are limited, but platforms need to be extended. In architect Peter Jenkins' plan, walls on Whitworth Street West would have to be moved and, subject to public inquiry, the area at street level would also need improving. Plans for a new wall follow the historic vaults of the viaducts, creating a pedestrian link on a new pavement with a well-lit sheltered walkway linking the area to First Street and linking the station with Home. A new shopping arcade would line the way. But it's too small from the northern hub and our future transport needs. The platforms are crowded, the canopy is insufficient and its footbridge too small. Initially, Network Rail blamed the Ordsall Chord delay for having a knock-on effect on the works programme. Again, there was a public inquiry and now Network Rail says the Transport and Work Act order is awaiting approval from the Department for Transport. Hope Valley Scheme, Manchester Sheffield track improvements was December 2018. Now we don't know. Delay, TBC, at least 1 year plan to answer demand for travel between Manchester and Sheffield. Work is to improve sections of railway close to Dore. A new passing loop plus track extension would allow faster trains to overtake slow-moving freight trains. It would allow for 3 fast trains per hour instead of 2. Network Rail say they are awaiting approval from the Department for Transport. Electrification, Manchester Preston via Bolton was December 2016, then December 2017, then May 2018. Now December 2018. Delay, 2 years expected to add capacity and speed. Northern to run electric trains. Network Rail said the original delay was caused by lessons learned from the delayed TransPennine electrification. They realized that testing and delivery would take longer than expected. They then scrapped original partners Balfour Beatty, originally also working on TransPennine, and opted for Carillion, which has now gone bust. Network Rail has said this is not currently impacting works. However, they say poor ground conditions caused by old unmapped mines for the delayed completion of the route upgrade. The delays have hit passengers with months of disruption on one of the region's busiest routes, and they're likely to have to put up with 37 more weekends of replacement buses. They also scupper plans to improve and update timetables on Northern and TransPennine services in May. This is now due to happen in December. A Network Rail spokesman said, "We've had new contractors and have had to take the time to embed them into this huge amount of work." Electrification, Manchester Victoria to Stalybridge Junction was December 2016, then December 2017. Now May 2018. Delay, 1 year, 5 months. Works include improving line speed and electrical work. Originally, Network Rail gave the reason of lessons learned from the TransPennine electrification. Then Folker Rail was contracted to carry out the work instead of Balfour Beatty. Network Rail say they are on track to be completed this May. TransPennine electrification, route upgrade, Manchester, Leeds was December 2018, then 2022. Now, no date delay, at least 4 years. This came with the promise of a 15-minute reduction in travel time from Manchester to Victoria via Leeds, plus boosted capacity and speeds on routes between Manchester and Leeds via Huddersfield, as well as improved signalling between Manchester, Victoria, Leeds and York. But the electrification was paused in summer 2015. The MEN launched a major campaign after it was paused when an original budget of £260 million escalated to what experts claim could have been £600 million following Network Rail failings. Patrick McLaughlin, Transport Secretary, then said a new plan, to be completed by 2017, would be better than before. This was then changed to a completion date of 2022. A Network Rail spokesman said, the TransPennine route upgrade aims to deliver faster, longer, more frequent and more reliable services across the north of England, from Newcastle, Hull and York, towards Manchester and Liverpool via Leeds. Network Rail has worked on the development of potential infrastructure options for the TransPennine route upgrade and has now submitted these options to the Department for Transport (DfT) for consideration. Electrification, Preston Blackpool was May 2016. Now May 2018. Delay, 2 years. On the Network Rail website, this is described as upgrading the railway between Preston and Blackpool to deliver cleaner, quieter and more reliable journeys in 2018. It's planned that the 17-mile route between Preston and Blackpool North will be fully electrified with better signalling to reduce delays. Work also includes replacing 84 signals and moving the signalling control to the Manchester Rail Operating Centre. A Network Rail spokesman said work was on schedule for May 2018. Video loading video unavailable. Click to play, tap to play. The video will start in 8. Cancel play now completed. Project Ordsal Cord was December 2016. Now, December 2017. Delay, 1 year. The £85 million Ordsal Cord to link Piccadilly with Victoria was supposed to be completed in 2016. Linking Piccadilly, Oxford Road and Victoria stations to unblock the congested city centre. It will also give direct access to the airport from Rochdale, Halifax and Bradford. But after a public inquiry, followed by an appeal by engineer Mark Whitby over damage to the city's heritage, it was delayed. His appeal failed, and work finally began with a new completion date at the end of December 2017. Victoria Station was closed every Sunday until April for engineering works. The court finally opened in December, with the first 6-minute journey from Victoria to Oxford Road attracting a cohort of rail enthusiasts. Initially, the only service running on the new line will extend Northern Rail's existing Leeds-Manchester-Victoria route to Oxford Road. This is due to insufficient capacity at Piccadilly ahead of a timetable rejig. The route is due to be extended to Manchester Airport, but rail experts have questioned how effective the cord can be without the extension of Piccadilly Station. Victoria Station was, end of spring 2015 completed, October 2015 delay, 6 months. It was due to be completed by the end of spring, but unforeseen underground obstacles, including a hidden culvert, caused a delay. That £44 million overhaul, including 4 new tram platforms and 3 new tracks, is aimed at enabling passenger capacity to increase from 20,000 to 40,000 a day. It was 5 years since work began, and the station now boasts a new access route from the arena, with a new mezzanine level featuring cafes and shops. Transport Secretary Patrick McLaughlin unveiled a plaque declaring the new station open at a ceremony beside Souls Gate, where local army service personnel passed through before heading off to fight in World War I, some never to return. Victoria's transformation will allow the passenger flow through its walls to increase from 20,000 to 40,000 a day. Electrification, Manchester, Liverpool and Wigan was, December 2014 actual completion date, March 2015 to May 2015 delay, 5 months from March 2015. Electric trains started running from Manchester Airport to Liverpool. They now also run to Wigan. Northern Rail trains were boosted from 2-car cell to 4-car electric. This boosted capacity and speed. Manchester Airport 4th platform was, December 2015 completed, on time, increased capacity to increase reliability and capacity.